Hey everyone, it's Deb Raven here. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am the owner of the company Life is What You Make It. It's a life coaching and mentoring company. And in my line of work, I support and help and guide women over the age of 50 to find or create their dream work so that they're happy and fulfilled and feeling on purpose for the last 10 to 20 years of their working life. So today, what I wanted to talk about is what would be possible for you if you got out of your own way. And let me just explain a little bit what I'm talking about. So, what I have noticed with a lot of women that I've had the pleasure of working with over the last 16 years is that we often stand in our own way because maybe we lack direction. We're not really sure of what to do, so we just don't do anything. Maybe we lack clarity. Maybe we have an idea, or maybe we have a hankering for something, some kind of work that we really want to do, but we don't really have clarity around what that could look like in terms of getting paid for doing that kind of work. Or maybe it's not believing in yourself. Maybe you're one of those women who has been told all of their life that they're never really going to amount to anything, or you really can't do that. Who do you think you are? Like, why do you think that you can do these great things? And over the years, we just kind of get really squashed and we get kind of beaten down, and then we lose our resolve. And that leads to not believing in yourself. If you've been told enough times, or if you have examples from maybe bosses, maybe bad bosses, bad leaders, because there's a million of them out there. Maybe some leaders have told you in the past that you're not worth it. Maybe you've been told that you do a bad job, or you're not a good coworker, or you can't get along with people, or your work sucks. So you start believing that instead of believing in yourself. And maybe one of the other things that's standing in your way is that you're not willing to be resourceful to get what it is that you really want. And by resourceful, I mean doing whatever you need to do to lead a happy and fulfilling life. And we all know that that takes effort. It often takes money. It takes commitment. And a lot of women just aren't willing to do that. And so there's a big difference between saying, I really want to change, I'm really not happy, I'm really kind of miserable, I'm really kind of being petty about things, I'm just not showing up in life how I really want to be. But a lot of women just aren't willing to be resourceful to make those changes because there is work. And there is energy, and there's an investment of time and an investment of a monetary piece as well. And a lot of women just shy away from that instead of really claiming that this is their time, that they are worth it. And I always like to look at an investment in coaching, truthfully, as an investment. I'm not spending it on wasteful things that I may or may never use. I'm spending that money to have a better life. And really, ladies, like, what else is there? If we're not willing to play full out and lead a happy and fulfilling life with joy and energy and vitality, and with having great relationships and a great relationship with yourself, then why are we even here? So I often hear, women talking about that, geez, Deb, I'd really love to work with you, but I don't have the money. I don't buy that. I believe that we have money for whatever we want to have money for. And I always tell people when I'm on a phone call with them, you know what? I'm not selling anything. I provide a service. And your money to me isn't going to change my life, but it's going to change yours. And that's just the way I look at it. And over the last 16 years, I have worked with several coaches over the years, and I still do to this day. Actually, I have 3 coaches right now. I use them for different reasons. I have a business coach, I have a mindset coach, and I also have one just for more personal stuff, health and fitness kind of areas. So my relationship with my coaches changes, but I have very rarely not ever engaged with one in 16 years. Do you think that that costs money? Yeah, it costs a lot of money. I've spent over $100,000 in the last 16 years on coaches. Do I regret any of it? No, of course I don't, because I've been able to live my best life. I am an example of what I want you ladies to experience and to feel is a great life where I feel like I'm doing great purposeful work. I'm fulfilled, I'm happy, um, I'm changing the world one life at a time. And for me, that's what's really important. You guys all have your own calling, but I am saying to you that you are worth the investment. So don't let that stand in your way. Maybe something else that's standing in your way is a spouse or a partner who's not very supportive. Unfortunately, we see that a lot. And, all I can tell you on that one is that this is your life. It's nobody else's life. It's yours. The other thing is self doubt or fear. And that self doubt, again, is just perpetuated over the years of being beaten down and having adversity. We all have adversity. I mean, I live a great life, but I have adversity in my life. I mean, I'm no different than any one of you. I have lived through great adversity in my life and continue to do so. I mean, bad things happen. But once you learn the skills and the strategies to kind of come out the other side of that, then those adversities don't knock you down quite so hard, and your ability to get back up faster grows exponentially. And maybe you have a fear, maybe you have a calling on your heart that you really want to be doing a particular kind of work, but oh, who am I to think I can do that? Or what if I fail? Or what if this? Or what if that? And all I can say to you is that if you don't try, how are you going to know? And so when you feel stuck and you feel bored, you also tend to feel apathetic. And apathy leads to stagnation. Let me say that again. When you're feeling apathetic about things, you just don't do anything. You feel kind of really stuck. It's like your wheels are going backwards instead of moving forwards. And stagnation is the killer of our dreams. I know that. When we just sit in that quicksand almost, our life, we just sit there, that kills our dreams. But if you take one action step, that's enough to really change the trajectory of your life. It really is. It can be the catalyst for change. It can be a catalyst for change in your relationships, in your financial situation, in your relationship with yourself, and in your health and your wellness. I just want to tell you a story about a client of mine who's also become a good friend. Her name is Pat. And when she was about 45 years old, she might have been 46, somewhere in there, she had been a stay-at-home mom for quite a few years because she had some challenges with her kids. And she decided that she was going to go out and she wanted to be a support worker in an office. So she ended up being an admin support in a financial services office. And she really, really liked the industry, and she really did a great job in supporting the leader of this team. So this one man had a team of people, including advisors and mortgage brokers and support people, and Pat was one of these support people. And over the next 5 or 6 years, she really stepped up her game, and she learned a lot about the field. She learned a lot about the investment side. That really excited her. She got to sit in on more and more client meetings to really help people. And she was bringing so much more value to the table, but her boss was not seeing that. Her boss was not seeing the extra effort that she was making, the interest that she was taking. And instead of encouraging her and supporting her in her willingness to help out the team on an even bigger scale, he was squashing that. And he would be telling her, Pat, that's not your business. Pat, thank you for your feedback, but we already have a plan. And so Pat was feeling really disgruntled in her job, and that's when she hired me, because she needed to figure out what else to do, because she was really feeling undervalued and really unappreciated. And so when we were working together, we really were able to get her a lot of clarity that she really liked the industry. It wasn't the industry that was the problem, it was where she was. And as a matter of fact, she had this calling in her heart to become an investment advisor because she saw the impact that being an investment advisor made on people's lives, and how you had to build that trust and connection with your clients. And she loved that. Like, the client connection piece to her was really, really exciting, and she loved it. And so, with my supports and some strategies put into place, she decided to go and get all the certifications and qualifications that she needed to become an investment advisor. She did all of that while she was still getting paid in her regular job. And even though things weren't ideal at work, she was able to kind of put that on the back burner quite a bit because she was so focused on her outcome. And her outcome was the goal of getting certified, having all the qualifications to be a financial advisor and have people working for her. So over the course of the next 3 years, she got all of her qualifications while staying in the other job. And then at the age of 52, I think she actually was a full-fledged financial advisor, went to a different firm, eventually got her own team. She's now 56, still doing the job that she loves. She now has 2 people working for her, and she's loving every minute of it. And so 10 years ago, when we first started working together, she thought she needed to change industries. She just thought that it wasn't for her, and she didn't know how to take all the things that she really enjoyed doing, her interest and her strength. She didn't know how to translate that into other kind of work. And through doing the work with me, she got immense clarity that that really was the calling on her heart. She really did want to stay in the financial services sector. It just looked different than what she was currently in, but she couldn't see it at that time. She was getting in her own way. She needed a different perspective so she could see different possibilities. And that's the thing. We often can't see possibilities because we see the world from our own point of view. That's it, because that's the only view that we know. And sometimes with coaching and mentoring, the blinders are really taken off, and you can see different perspectives and different possibilities unfolding in front of you. So I wanted to share that story with you because Pat was able to see possibilities. She was able to keep the faith. She was able to make one small change in her life by getting that extreme clarity on really what she wanted to do, and then taking decisive action steps for the next 3 years. It took her a while. That was okay. She wasn't on a timeline. She was fully committed to the process. Did it take time and energy and money? Yeah, it did. Was she having to get resourceful, borrowing the money, not only for coaching and mentoring with me for the next couple of years, but also for all of the certifications? Yep. She had to borrow the money, but she was committed to the process. And now that she's doing the job of her dreams, I mean, she's making enough money, and whatever money she spent, 10 years ago in order to get this means nothing anymore. So I just wanted to share that with you because we need to get out of our own way. We need to believe that anything is possible for us if we stay committed and we take decisive action towards our goals. And sometimes that very first step is the hardest, but sometimes it has the most impact. So if you are one of those women that are in a line of work right now, or in a job, or in an organization, and you're really not loving it, you really don't feel like, you feel like your time is done, it's over. It served its purpose for whatever it was, 10, 20, or 30 years, but it's done. And you're really not sure what that next calling on your heart is, but you still want to work for another 10 or 15 or even 20 years. But maybe it looks a little bit differently. Maybe lifestyle becomes a little bit more important. Maybe location is a little bit more important. Maybe you want to move. It could be a myriad of things. It doesn't matter. If you're at that stage of life and you feel that you could use a little help or support or clarity, I invite you to book a free breakthrough call with me. And that call is simply to have a chat. It's about 45 minutes long, and it's just to really discover what's going on for you right now and what it is that you would possibly like to be doing instead. And if I can help you fill that gap in any way, shape, or form by working with me, then I will absolutely show you what that looks like. But if you're not a good fit for my program, and many women aren't, then I'm going to give you some next steps and resources so that you can do your journey in your own way. Working with me over the 8 weeks in the program, women do find or create their dream jobs. But like I said, there is an investment. There is an investment in terms of time, money, energy, and just really being committed. Okay, I don't want to go one more day living like this. Help me. Like, what do I need to do? And you're not weak when you hire a coach. It's actually the exact opposite. All successful business people have coaches. I don't think that I've ever heard of one that does not have a coach of some kind or a mentor, and it has had for years. You guys all know that. So why don't you? If you're really stuck right now and you know your life could be better, why not you? You are worth the investment. Anyways, if you want to book a call with me so we can just chat and see where you're at, see if I can be of any help, go to debraven.com/apply. That's my name, debraven.com/apply. You'll be taken to my calendar page. Pick a spot there. The next step is to fill out a short application. It'll take you a minute to fill it out. I really need that application filled out, ladies, if you decide to book a call with me, because it gives me some insight into what's going on with you before we jump on the call so that I'm better prepared to serve you in whatever way is best for you. Anyways, thanks for listening today and learning a little bit more about what is possible for you if you don't get in your own way. Have a good evening, everyone. Bye.